Thank you so much for being with us, and today we are going to review a cyber hell exposing the hells or the horrors of internet. So in the past we have been hearing a lot of news about South Korea, the webcam horrors, and how the people are so creepy and they are doing this. And now during the pandemic, this story uh, really shocked many, because while people were suffering or they were mentally stressed with all the things that were going on, there was a group of people hiding in their den, and they are just uh, snatching the opportunity that how they can set up their own trap. How can, and the okay, there are many things that we really need to understand as a parent. I think the most important thing is we really need to create a good friendly environment, a very good relationship between our kids and our families and all those people, that there should be, because I read in what is that, the readers digest in 90s, that if you will not, then who will talk? And if someone from outside will talk to your kid, then definitely that will be a very dangerous situation, because they will just be entrapped in that one. And that happened with all these victims also, because they thought that if all their privacy and everything will be exposed to the world, the most embarrassing thing could be for the parents. And especially the parents, they have uh, their own circle, and what if they will know that your daughter was seen here and blah blah blah. So sometimes it is very important for mental health of the kids to understand that what they are. Imagine that if your phone is on internet, being a student of the computer sciences, if your phone is on internet, definitely every picture that you take, you should be very careful that what you are taking. And the most important thing is, sometimes even in fun, humor, or really for yourself also, you really need to take, you don't need to take those types of pictures that will in certain situation be exposed on internet, will make you embarrassed. And because, and the most important thing is the education of using the social media, and that is most important also. And the most important thing, I feel like, how their circle of friends, it should be also in your knowledge, so that you know that your kids are really in a good society. And another thing also, their daily life, their routine, their behavior, everything you have to observe like a mentalist, and you can understand that what they really feel. And sometimes you have to step back, and you don't need to jump into conclusion, and don't figure it out by yourself, and don't even shout, just be a good listener. That is most important thing, because if you will not be a good listener, definitely they will try to find shelter under any other tree. And that happens in this case also. They are trying their best to just hide everything from their own parents, from their own people. And somewhere in our community, because according to my cross cultural what is that according to my cross cultural study, I have felt like, okay, if you are not good friends with your siblings or with your parents, definitely you are good friends with the relatives of your mother or your father or someone elder, and then you speak up with them that this is what is happening. And in family, the first friend a child should really have is from parents. Either one should be a hot, the other one should be cold. I hope you can understand what metaphorically I really wanted to say. Because if you are really every time shouting at them and are not being, because no matter, even if they grow big, teenage or whatever, they will remain kids, and they will always feel comfort when they get closer to you, no matter whatever. You see, from culture to culture it is different, because if you see Chinese culture, that's different. Korean culture, that's it. Japanese is totally different. And when you go to West and every country, they have their own culture. Sometimes they let their birds go out of their nest very quickly to make them what is that, be more confident. At what cost sometimes, really, because no one can take their confidence away. But the important thing is, in the society there are always leeches and parasites. They will throw all their garbage in their brain. sometimes the way you draw a circle around them, okay, let them go, and but you have to make them mentally very stronger, that you really need to be there for yourself, be on your guard, and don't become a victim. And with one mistake, if you do another mistake, you cannot rectify both of them. And that happened in their case, from one picture then draw to another picture, after that another picture. And how can they become slaves of this situation? And it's very very horrible for the person who is going through this, because remember, if you see a very big giant tree, it's always strong, you cannot turn it. But for a green tree or shoot, that you can just mold it very quickly. I hope you can metaphorically understand that the innocent mind can be molded very quickly. That's why the guy was playing mind games. And look at that guy. I don't know how come the parents are also not taking care of their own kids, that what they are doing on social media. And the most important thing is, in these kind of situations, if you find something like this, the most important thing is money. If the money is involved in this one, this game could catch more and more victims in that trap. And you can see the cartoons were showing that how they will just throw a girl into the hands of all those barbaric people, those who are on internet, and they leeches upon it, and you can understand. And this is a very horrible situation for all those people, those who are online. And sometimes for it's very very important, it's very very important that you should really build a community of people around you, those who can mentally uh, make you stronger and give you strength. That sometimes you really need to say, okay, then what is that? You can't blackmail me with this. And at the end of the day, there is always traces. And once any person is against you and he or she is on internet, definitely it will be traced. So we really need to learn, because it's not a story of one generation, one community, or one country. It's a story of many other reserved or conservative societies, and it's happening everywhere else also. Because if you will see from this angle to another angle, from one country to another country, similar things are happening, but in a different way. But at the end of the day, the financial or monetary gain is too much. So that was, they were talking about that, how they use these people. And sometimes all these people are just, and imagine that once the youngsters they are together, you have to find out, especially you have to do the scrutiny or accountability of the students at the schools, that how their behavior is. Sometimes a certain group of people, a certain group of guys, they are also doing this. In this case also, there are certain groups who were working for with each other, and that was very horrible. I hope I'm talking too much, but there are plenty of things that I have read and witnessed, and I know that how people go through all this, and we really need to think positively. And the most important thing is, in some countries, if they see girls or their kids in this kind of situation, they blame the child at the end of the day. But it is not the way. You have to be there to shield them, guard them, because that's how the parenting is done. Sometimes, because in Asian culture, it is always the parents keep on blaming the child. You are the one, you are the one, you are the one. So it becomes inferiority complex in the brain of the child, and that we keep on thinking, oh, maybe I am the one who has committed something very bad. Don't know that who is playing mind games. So a lot of things you have to watch it. I hope you would really like this. Thank you so much for bearing me, and if I have said anything wrong, humble apology. But overall, it's a moral duty of each one of us, friends especially, family also, siblings also. Someone should really come and be there, and please ask if their behavior is changed or everything. So I hope you really enjoy this. Thank you so much. It is a very good lesson for each one of us. And the most important thing is, all those kids, those who are born in a way that they really feel like their kid is a little bit like that. They have to monitor it. Look, the guy who was caught and all those people, those who were assisting him, ordinary students, ordinary faces. So I hope you will enjoy this. Thank you so much for bearing me, and what to enjoy here. There is a horror, too much horror. I'm just saying that we really need to learn something from it. Thank you so much for taking care of loved ones. Stay safe. Bye bye. It's a very different kind of mango. I don't know how come this mango is round. Bye bye.